Hey, what's up YouTube? So, I'm hoping to get a bit of stuff done to the car tonight. Gotta try and get the petrol tank all sorted out, the fuel cell in the front here, a few ideas for that. And just try and get some measurements sorted out for taking it to the fabricators tomorrow. So, let's crack on with this episode. Okay guys, so like I said, I'm going to try and get the fuel cell sort of mocked up for extending it, because at the moment I've only got a 20 litre fuel cell. Before that really, I just thought I'd show you something on my engine which I noticed the other day. So, as I sort of built all this engine up, all new internals and stuff on it. Really happy with how it all sort of looks and things. Skunk 2 parts, some H-tune and K20 parts. But one thing I was really disappointed in, I don't know if you can see, on the intake manifold, all of the nuts, or not nuts, all the bolts rather, that are on it, have all corroded. Bearing in mind this engine's never been outside, and I've got a dehumidifier running in this garage to keep it dry, and well, it's had a whole new roof on that, there's no leaks, it's not a damp garage whatsoever. Pretty disappointed to be fair in Skunk 2 with that. Messaged them and they basically said, well, they're not stainless steel, so they will rust. So that's it. I'm like, brilliant, nice one. So car that I want to sort of show, track and stuff like that, it's got all their parts on it. Not really very impressed, to be honest. So I'm not going to say avoid Skunk 2, because obviously their stuff is well built and it's, well, yeah, good stuff, but really disappointed in that sort of customer service really. So I messaged them back saying, okay, that's fine, you're not going to help, thanks ever so much, but what size bolts are they? I mean, I will find out, it's not difficult, but I just thought easier than having to run out to the garage at like 11 o'clock at night. What size bolts are they? I'll get some stainless ordered up and stuff and get some beauty washers and stuff ordered for it. No reply. A week later, still no reply from them. So yeah, a bit disappointed really in them, but hey ho, shit happens, life goes on. So what's happening? Well, not managed to get the gearbox together yet, but what I have done is I managed to get the original sort of housing there and gearbox back over here. I need to split that down so as I can then start to put that together, because obviously this bit here basically just bolts onto the side of it really. So that's going to be stripped down. I've ordered a new impact wrench because basically mine broke, the battery charger just gave up the ghost on it. Ordered next day delivery, that's been like a week and a half now, apparently lost and all this, so another sort of hurdle to get over. And also the weather's been lush, so been going to the beach with the family and just enjoying the nice weather. So me taking still a little bit of a back burner, but hey ho, let's crack on. So first thing first, I've got my original fuel cell down here, which like I said in the last video, it's a 20 litre fuel cell. It's going to sort of sit on there on some plinths, but as you can see, I have got space either side to extend it. So in this box here, just arrived off the good old Tinternet, is another one. Basically I'm just using these as sort of the main carcass shell to start with, and then get a local fabricator guy who's awesome with aluminium to sort of sort out for me. So the plan is basically to take this fuel cell, which I've got in here, and basically the idea is going to be to cut off the whole width from front to back across there, and basically weld that onto the side here on both sides. So if you look at this fuel cell here, because I've just ordered the same one, make a cut straight across here and then add this section here, so all this outwards, add all that again onto the outside of this one. I'll drill a load of holes in the side here, some big ones that will help sort of baffle it as well, so that will just help the fueling, and as I said, that will just extend it and hopefully give me roughly another sort of 10 litres, so a couple gallons, so at least then I can get sort of further than the end of the road before needing to refuel. Fuel cell out the box. Probably seen these all over the internet, guys. Really nice bit of kit, to be fair, especially for the price. I was going to get an aluminium one made, but just for the cost of it and for the sort of custom fabrication things I wanted, I just wanted something that I could just sort of bolt in and sort of, these are a good sort of starting point, like I said. So with that one there, then I say cutting this one down and welding that onto the side just gives me a really good sort of starting point. It's just going to save a bit of money and time getting one all made up. It comes with the sump on the bottom as well, although to be fair that won't fit on with the cross beams that go underneath the actual tank here, so it doesn't fit on with that. That's not too much problem. I'm going to have a Holly in-tank pump and filter setup that's going to go in there in any case. I'm going to have lots of foam in there and things, so it's not going to sort of really need that in any case. I'm going to keep the returns on this original tank. Obviously the tank's actually going to be mounted other way around. Got fuel cylinder holes here. Obviously I said this way around. I'm going to keep obviously these two dash 10 fittings, and also I'm going to use these dash 10 fittings on this tank here. I'll just spin this over a second. So yeah, it will basically get rid of all this filler cap. To be fair, it's not bad. It's got a good rubber O-ring, and it does click in really nicely and seal. So yeah, I'm going to keep these here. So this is where I'm going to cut it down here and basically add this section onto the side. That way I'll have at least 4 fittings, so you know I can have like a not one-way return valve and that, just in case of rollover and things there, because it will vent, but also if I do roll it or anything, the fuel's not going to leak out from it. Obviously I'll have the return into the tank as well, which can go into there as well, and it's just always useful just to have some fittings just for extra pumps. If I feel like later on down the line I want to change the system or go for a different option, I can at least still just keep this as a filler cap and then run that to a pump or surge tank, things like that. So yeah, I'm going to keep all those on then. Better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them, I suppose. Because once I get fuel in this, I'm not really going to be wanting to weld it at all. So let's take some more measurements then. So basically I've measured the sort of gap that I've got beside the current fuel cell, and it's 150mm, so basically I'm going to allow 75mm off each side of the tank, so let's get that all set on here. So we've got 75mm on that. And 75mm on the other side. So that is basically the line that I'll be getting cut off and then welded onto the other fuel cell. So the fuel cell itself is basically a foot by a foot by about 210mm high. You can see that I've basically got here, from here to the edge of there, I've probably got about a 3 or 4mm gap between the line and itself. So I'll be painting the tank around that, to be fair, that polish out if I really wanted to. Yeah, so basically I've got about 3 or 4mm gap across there of play, but basically, as you saw, got 750, not 750mm, 75mm from the edge there, and that'll basically go onto the edge there. As I said, I've got basically, working backwards now because I'm 30 there, 300 down to there, so I've got a little bit more than that even to go. If I really wanted to, I'd probably have about 155mm, but I'm going to keep it 150mm, so 75 each side, and that'll basically get me that. So now I've got to work out where the sort of mounting points are going to go. Obviously at the moment, in effect, when the tank is, they're on the sort of front and back sides of the tank. Also I can't really put it on the front side because I just don't really think I've got the clearance. I mean, in theory I suppose that bracket, the width of it there and how far actually it sticks out is 25. It would actually be sit underneath this, so in theory it could, but the fact is that these down parts here are actually centered in the middle of the tube here, so I wouldn't actually have room for that offset, if you know what I mean, there, because I'm going to be having the cell bracket off of here to mount the tank on. So it's going to push all that back a bit. Equally, I don't really want to have, I don't know if I'm going to have room to have tabs out the back. I may do that at the back, actually, fair, across there, because the suspension arms come up from here, so I'd have clearance underneath there. So what I may try and do is have these front ones here on the sides and have the one on the back actually off the back there. Just going to see, sort of really have a little play around and see how I think it fits best. Although to be fair, having them both on the sides, it does really fully fit better by the time I get these two cross beams on. Okay, I lose, you know, in total 50mm on the overall length of the tank, but I think it's going to be my best bet. It's not going to interfere at all with the suspension. It's not going to sort of foul on the front there. And as you can see where this sits in here, this is where I'm going to have this cross beam going across onto this tubular front here, and to be fair, actually it's touching on there. I'm going to push, that will be pushed back a little bit just to give me a bit of clearance through there, probably sort of 5mm clearance, and that way then that actually sits in, as you can see from the side, nicely. So by the time I put the crossbar across there, and it's sort of going to turn up here to give it a bit of protection, that will actually all line up quite nicely. So yeah, that's the plan. So it's always worth thinking about something. Yeah, thinking it through, I've decided I'm going to change the tabs. So instead of being on the sides of the tank, I'm going to put them on the back side and on the front side. I'm just sort of been measuring up here. As I said, also obviously need to have a gap here for vibration. So 5mm gap on the front across the whole length. Obviously, I'm going to probably put some foam in between this, some like sticky back foam on the actual frame itself. The feet that it comes with, as I said, they actually stick out around 35. In fact, no, it's not. If I get the camera over it, yeah, about 27, 28mm. So call it 30mm. When this is actually set back the 5mm, I've easily got between the front of the actual frame itself here, you can see it's just over 40mm. So I've got plenty of space there to actually have the mount kept on the front, because as you can see from the orientation I've got on the tank from the end, so I'm going to cut off, it's at the moment there on the front and the back, so to save having to cut them off and then re-weld them on the side, which I initially was going to do. You can see on this one here, you can see where they were located. I'll move on to the side. Again, it's how the product's always evolving and changing, but also lack of planning, you could say. But now I'm adding this extra on the tank on the sides, with that on the front and the back, keeping it on the front and the back. That will easily have clearance underneath there. I've mocked up front end, you can't see it underneath there now, but the front end's underneath there. I've thrown that on, and that doesn't foul at all on that, protruding out here by the 30mm. The tank being set back in, it's not going to get in the way of this bracketing to go across here, so that's fine. And at the back here, it's going to have absolutely plenty of clearance, because I said the bracket itself is actually only going to come out along the bottom half here, and this suspension arm in effect is angled, I'm going to get it in, is angled up like this, so it's no way going to interfere with the actual bracket coming off the back here instead, because you've already got this bit here, which is basically where that bracket will come out in effect onto here. That way then I'll maximise my tank space. So I'm just going to sort of measure again. Obviously I've got the feet on this side touching where this sort of cross beam is there, so that's as far over as it can go. So the overall tank length is going to be extended by, will obviously fit in there with the feet on the front and the back. So those cross beams sort of going across the back bit here and across the front, so that should all sit on there nicely. So yeah, happy with that. So that's all sort of measured up and masked up on there. Ready, I'll take that tomorrow over to local fabricator guy, absolutely spot on with aluminium bits. Yeah, get him to sort it out, and I can get that sat in there, get the front end rebuilt back up with all the suspension on it, get that sat down, and then hopefully get the engine in the back then, so the project continues to move, hopefully. Cheers guys for tuning in. If you're liking the videos and enjoying me sort of keeping you updated, you know, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you've got any sort of thoughts or any suggestions yourself on the project or anything I've talked about today, you know, please just comment on it. I do try my best to get back in touch with you guys. As I said, follow me on social media, on Instagram and Facebook. Just follow me on K20 Charged Mini. So yeah, cheers guys for tuning in, and hopefully catch you on the next one. Bye.